Several communities, they're concerned about traffic delays, homes that are under construction, and talks about a State Road 7 extension right there at Northlake Boulevard. Homeowners on both sides of the topic feel really strongly about the proposed plan. WPTV News Channel 5's Tanya Rogers with the latest.
Okay, it's called Nightmare Lake, Northlake. It's been very frustrating where we live.
Marcia Murray says driving from her home in the acreage to work is not an easy task.
My job is 25 minutes away, and it takes me, last Thursday, it takes me hour and 50 minutes.
Marcia and her husband are hoping State Road 7 is extended from 60th Street to Northlake Boulevard to help ease some of the traffic flow.
My wife, she tries to get into that traffic. And you really have to, it gets to a point where you have to take a chance and gamble just to get into the traffic.
Not everyone wants the State Road 7 extension near the community. It's been years of debating if the road should be extended. Recently, it was taken off the books.
Now, I know it's a fast way to get to downtown areas, but there's got to be another solution and not affect the wetland.
You can voice your concerns on the Transportation Planning Agency's website until midnight Tuesday, or attend a meeting this Thursday, the 20th, at the TPA office where the discussion of the road will be open for the public.
We need more roads if they are building more homes.
The meeting will be held at their office off of DETOURS Street in downtown West Palm Beach, and it will be this Thursday. Tanya Rogers, WPTV News Channel 5.
Right now, a former student is in custody after trespassing on the campus of Boca Raton High School just this morning. It sent the school into a precautionary code yellow lockdown. Boca Raton police have said that officers did respond to that school to help district police with a person who had trespassed on that campus. The lockdown was lifted about 11:30 this morning. Principal Dr. Susie King said at no time were students nor staff in danger. We are working to learn some more about why the suspect was there, why he or she was on campus. New details today about a man who died in a skydiving crash. This happened in Sebastian. Police tell us Christian Stevens of Georgia died yesterday morning. Investigators say it looks like Stevens was trying to avoid another skydiver during his landing, and that caused him to hit the ground with much more force, a lot faster than normal. Stevens was a skydiving instructor. He had about 20 years of skydiving experience. The Federal Aviation Administration is now investigating. A woman and her child, they're luckily okay today after a wreck in Port St. Lucie. It happened this morning. This happened about 8:30, in fact, at Southwest Becker Road and Southwest Savona Boulevard. Port St. Lucie police learned that the driver of the truck in this case was making a turn when the dumpster they were hauling rolled off. It hit an SUV that was stopped there in the turn lane. Amazingly, the female driver and her 7-year-old child, they were not injured. They're okay. The road was temporarily shut down while crews cleared this scene. Right now, we're working to get an update on the condition of those 2 teenage girls who had to be flown to a hospital with serious leg injuries after that jet skiing crash. We shared it with you right here out of Martin County yesterday. The sheriff's office says crews responded to the serious crash. It happened near the Sandsprit Park boat ramp. Investigators say one jet ski T-boned another, and a person from each of the watercraft was injured. 2 other people were not hurt, but they were involved in the incident. Right now, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission is investigating just how that crash occurred. Take a look at your screen right now. Does this person look familiar to you at all? Kind of hard to figure out what's on each screen. Let me break it down for you. Home surveillance here captured, this is video actually, and then we froze it. It captured this person trying to break into a home right off North Patrick Circle in West Palm Beach. Happened February 13th. The man appeared to be about 6 feet 5 inches tall with distinctive tattoos, as you can see there on his arm. If you know anything about this crime or this person, call the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. The fate of Harvey Weinstein now in the hands of a New York jury. Deliberations started just this afternoon in this high-profile rape case. Weinstein charged with raping one woman and sexually assaulting another. He also faces another criminal case in Los Angeles. Weinstein denies any and all claims of sexual misconduct, insisting all the encounters were consensual. As soon as we learn a verdict on this, we'll bring it to you both on air. We'll also send an alert right to the palm of your hands through our mobile app. Just download our WPTV mobile app right now.
Today, President Trump is commuting the 14-year prison sentence of former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich. The Democrat had been convicted of political corruption in 2011. Today, President Trump saying the 8 years that Blvd served is a, quote, long time. President also issuing a pardon today for the former owner of the San Francisco 49ers. Edward DeBartolo Jr. was convicted for his role in a gambling fraud scandal. Now, he didn't serve any jail time. He was elected to the Hall of Fame in 2016. The president also pardoned the former New York Police Commissioner Bernard Kerik. He pled guilty in 2009 to charges of felony tax fraud and lying to the government. A federal judge is refusing to delay sentencing for Roger Stone. Defense lawyers had sought to get it pushed back pending a decision on their request for a new trial. Instead, the longtime associate of President Trump will learn his fate on Thursday as scheduled. Stone was found guilty of lying to Congress and witness tampering. He was originally facing a sentence of 7 to 9 years. The entire prosecution team resigned after Attorney General William Barr reversed that decision. The Trump administration wants to speed up work on a wall on the U.S.-Mexico border. The White House will waive contracting laws for the project. This project is 177 miles long of wall on California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas's borders. Wearable technology could be the latest tool to keep people safe at work. The National Safety Council just came out with its Work to Zero research report today. In it, it mentioned employers could protect employees with the use of wearable panic buttons. They would alert a safety center if a worker is in a dangerous or life-threatening situation. The hospitality industry already equips hotel staff with panic buttons. That's to help prevent violence and sexual assaults in hotel rooms. The National Safety Council says more industries can benefit from these devices. This can be people in healthcare who interact with people all day or people who are sent out by themselves. Wearable panic buttons could also help in situations where someone's experiencing a medical emergency.
All of those new technologies that can be part of the equipment that we issue to workers can help send signals about the conditions that they're in, one, and two, whether or not their body is in a condition where it hasn't moved for a while or it's laying on the ground.
Some technology can sense chemicals and light as well as whether someone is breathing and has a heartbeat. The NSC says it's up to employers to look into the hazards that workers face and see how technology can help in those situations. Well, a groundbreaking move in the tech industry. Workers at the company Kickstarter have voted to create a union. It's the first of its kind among tech companies. The group fought for nearly a year and a half for that change. Well, there's some new hope for a coronavirus vaccine from a company that developed an Ebola vaccine within 3 months. We're going to go inside the lab making it happen.
Also ahead this afternoon, tired of detours on your way to work? The new partnership to help you avoid improvement projects and road closures.
The head of the leading hospital at the center of the coronavirus outbreak just died today. The Wuhan Municipal Health Commission says the director of Wuchang Hospital died as a result of the virus. He was only 51 years old. The director is the 9th medical worker to die from the coronavirus. Now, with the spread of the coronavirus continuing in China, its potential wider spread to the rest of the world, and several companies are racing to try and create a vaccine for it. Bayo Rodriguez takes us into one lab where scientists think they may have found one.
Under the fluorescent lights inside these labs, researchers believe they may have cracked the code to create a vaccine for the coronavirus.
You know, it's rapidly evolving.
Dr. Gregory Glenn is the president of research and development at the Maryland-based company Novavax, one of several around the world racing to develop a coronavirus vaccine.
So we have to puzzle solve in vaccines. We think about what do we want to have the immune response target, because that should block the infection or stop the illness, and that's the goal here.
He showed us a three-dimensional depiction of what the virus looks like.
Coronavirus, corona being crown, has spikes. Those spikes have a very important function. They let the virus bind to a human cell, and then the spike acts like a syringe to inject the genetic material into the human cell.
A vaccine would potentially stop that process, thereby protecting a person from the coronavirus.
We have the vaccine. We're going to move it into animal testing shortly. Our goal is in late spring to be testing humans.
It normally takes about 18 months to get human trials started on a vaccine. This shorter time frame is nothing new to this company. They developed an Ebola vaccine within 90 days, ready for testing. But there's a catch. It can take years for a vaccine to get approved, but under dire circumstances, sometimes they can be used through something called expanded access or compassionate use, meaning the vaccine can be used in humans before it's fully licensed.
That happened with Ebola. You know, they didn't have a licensed vaccine, but they were able to use it under compassionate use. They developed evidence that it was working.
As for a fully approved coronavirus vaccine, experts say that would take longer.
A vaccine in a year would be record-setting time, but not in time to probably have much impact for this disease outbreak.
But if the coronavirus sticks around or comes back stronger in a second wave of the disease, Dr. Glenn says they want to be ready.
Time is of the essence here.
In Montgomery County, Maryland, I'm Maya Rodriguez reporting.
Maya, thank you. And smaller towns or communities that are at risk of an HIV outbreak often don't have syringe exchanges. That is the latest information from NPR and Kaiser Health News. These type of programs provide clean needles to drug users. The CDC has deemed more than 200 counties across the U.S. to be vulnerable to HIV outbreaks. Now, fewer than a third had syringe exchanges. A study by Brown University found that syringe exchanges can decrease HIV cases by 90% in some places. The Boy Scouts of America has filed for bankruptcy and now face an uncertain future. The organization cited an overwhelming amount of sex abuse lawsuits. It's now trying to figure out a compensation plan for victims.